Alright. Looks like everything's set up. It's been too long since I've done a stream. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I forgot to even grab a drink. Do I have a... Yeah, I have a water right over there. So I will grab a water as I wait for people. Oop. Alright. Got a couple of people. Enemy and Cheesemas. Hello, hello. So, it has been a long while since we have done... Hey, weaponized toy car! It has been a long while since we have done a stream of any kind. Hey Stellar, we're gonna do Main Toys of Blue Streak at some point. No idea when, but sometime. But I do want to try to make live streams a more frequent thing. That will become a more frequent thing after I move. That's gonna be in a few months. But for the time being, it's still very much just whenever I can. And for whatever reason, even though I don't know, I no longer do toy reviews, right? I still have that little bug in my head that says, well, I can't just open a toy, I have to wait until I can make a video. And for the most part, I'm still totally beholden to that bug. I have a closet, not a full closet, but I have like a shelf on a closet that are filled with boxes because I have it in my head I need to wait until I can make videos. And these guys were no exception. I've had Mangle for about a month now. I have the entire first wave. I have slowly pieced together. I got everybody. Oh! Ah! There we go. Still was talking about Golden Freddy, like the jump scare. I was actually gonna wait. I actually do have a little bit of my Funko collection still. And as a result, I want to open these guys up, get my first thoughts, first opinions, and I want to see, like, how well do they blend. Because I sold the vast majority of my Funko collection, but I still have, like, my favorites. I still have, like, my Bonnie, my Golden Freddy. I have my, not the right kind of Funtime Foxy, but I have a Funtime Foxy that we can compare Mangle to. And I want to see, like, can the Jazwares guys fit in? They do get very quirky at night, stop Goat. We just don't know how long. Oh no! Weaponized toy car no longer hyperfixates on Transformers. Well, I gotta ask now, if you're not hyperfixating on Transformers, are you still wanting to do the Megatron thumbnail? Because I remember that was a thing, is you made me promise on a stream that you could do the Beast Wars Megatron thumbnail. Oop. Now, I think I want to open Mangle first, but I think I need to open Freddy first, because not only is Freddy, but actually no, truth be told, I don't think either one of these get opened up first. We're going to open up, boop. We're going to open up this Freddy first, because I just want to get a feel for how these toys work, how they look, and I think Mangle is too different. That Freddy is part of an entirely different series. I want to get a feel for like how the normal figures look and act and do as toys. And you can see they have glow-in-the-dark eyes, jump scare action, literally they just articulate, but their jaws can open. That's pretty cool. And then I got, like I said, the entire first wave, and I got Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie. So, let's open up. There we go. I've somehow managed to misplace my scissors, so we're just going to, here we go. So the nice thing about the Funko figures was that they could pop apart so easily, which was terrible as toys, but when it came to ripping them out of boxes, that was great how they just fell to pieces. Alright, so we got Toy Freddy here. Robo Warrior, hey Ron, I've been downsizing my collection a little bit, and I want to start collecting figures prior to 2014. Your Main Toys of series is really helping out with that. Well, thanks, Robo Warrior. And then Enemy has Toy Freddy. Stellar, yeah, FNAF Transformers Club would be fun. I was thinking the other day what it would be. I think just do like a pizza van and have it turn into a really crappy looking Freddy. Oop, no, I don't want to do that. And the Weaponized Toy Car, I still will. I have it in my calendar. It's just that my Fantastica 4 obsession has consumed me. Dude, the 4 is such a great team. Oh! JD Ranger Up is going to Comic-Con on Saturday as a Soundwave, and Stellar is right. This is the Gamer Freddy. It's a shame these guys don't come with accessories. It would have been cute if he came with the Mr. Hugs tablet. Oh! So that's the jump scare action. They have an action gimmick. Okay. Does that get in the way of articulation? Can it, like... Okay, yeah, so you really can't articulate the shoulders. You can get them side to side. But you can't... No, you can. You can make it work. You just have to be smart. You have to get up and then over, because otherwise... So you cannot take the arm forward, but you can flip it up and then work it around. So you still have the full articulation. The gimmick isn't getting in the way. You just have to be aware of what's going on. That's actually pretty smart. Like, if you want to have the gimmick, to still have the articulation still work unimpaired, that's actually kind of clever. So to make the glow-in-the-dark eyes work, I have to hold it up to a light for a minute. I don't think we're going to be checking that out in the live stream, just because I'd have to walk across the room to turn the lights off. And we are on a timetable. I can only go until 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Then I need to shut down the stream, because I have to go to work. This was a very last-minute thing, because I've been wanting to do a live stream for so long, and I've just not been able to, because, you know, life gets in the way, it's busy. He has monster hands, Jesus Christ. Like, that's only now, like, registering. Look how big his hands are. Is that accurate? Does Toy Freddy... I mean, I guess Toy Freddy does have the fat fingers. He talks about that when he jump scares you. Okay, so here's Toy Freddy. And, of course, there is no Funko Toy Freddy. They did do high score Toy Freddy, but I don't have him anymore. I got rid of him. So here he is with Golden Freddy. That looks right to me, because the toy animatronics are about the same height. They're just a little bit bulkier. Yeah, if you were to put this alongside like a normal Funko Freddy, I think that works. His hands are really big. His hands are really big. Are they all big? Here, let me pull out another one. No, Bonnie's hands look pretty small, actually. So I guess that is specifically for Toy Freddy. To be fair, Toy Freddy... Oh, how did Smythe used to do that bit? Oh, hey, guys, you know, he's a little, you know... He's fat, you know. I know it's Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, but maybe don't eat so much pizza, big guy, because, you know, he is big-boned, he's rotund, he's a little fat. What am I doing? None of you guys know who Smythe is. That's like one of the OG Five Night YouTubers was Smythe. And he never played the game! He never played the damn game! He just did, like, top 10 videos. Okay, now that I know what that's like, now I get to open up Mangle. I've eaten my vegetables. Now I get to get the figure I actually care about, because I've wanted a proper Mangle literally for as long as Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has been around. When did Five Nights come out? That was like 2014, right? Yeah, so I guess I've been waiting 11 years for a proper Mangle toy. Let me think about this, right? Oh, hey, Laura, how's it going? Mangle had a mystery mini. Mangle got a U-Tooz. That U-Tooz is apparently like a nightmare. I bought it and never opened it because I heard about how easy it was to break. They got a Hex plush recently. Yeah, Mangle just doesn't have many toys, do they? Like, usually if you get Mangle, it's going to be Mangle. It's going to be Funtime Foxy. Okay. So, you can see that with Mangle, it is very much like you're going to get a bunch of pieces, and you can choose how you put them together. Did I just break the toy? Oh, thank God, no, I did not just break the toy. Okay! That was just them coming apart. That would have been so sad. The toy I've waited so long to get, and I break it trying to get it out of the box because I'm too lazy to look for my scissors. I got you, Mangle. You're almost out. Ah, there we go. And then the other head. Okay. We now have all the pieces of Mangle. Let me see if I remember how you're supposed to do this. So, that is going to be that piece. And then that's supposed to be an arm piece. It looks like I can... Yeah, I can. Okay. You're supposed to have a head, or a hand where the head goes. Oh, are you not able to do that? No, it's a different size ball joint, I guess. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping that it was going to allow you to do that. Or maybe it's just super tough. Those look like they're the same size, those hinges. So maybe I can. I just got to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. There we go. Yeah, okay. We have the hand where it needs to be. And now, I know one leg is supposed to go, like, down here. To be clear, I'm not trying to make Mangle look like how they are on the back of the box. I'm trying to get Mangle put together how I remember them looking in the game. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mangle. Oh, it's really hard to put Mangle together. They are a difficult figure to work with. Okay, and then I think that this other leg is supposed to go where the arm goes. Come on. Ah. Wow, that is tough. There we go. Well, that thing is like, it doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's very hardy. So be aware of that. If you get Mangle, it is just a little bit hard to get them to come together. There we go. And now, that looks like it's going to be the head. Alright, and we'll put that there. That's cute that they remembered Mangle's bow tie. You need a bow tie with Mangle. They like their bow tie. The bow tie is really the one thing they have going for them anymore. Okay. We're going to put this arm. This probably isn't how Mangle looks in the game. This is just how I remember it offhand looking. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, it's starting to come together. It's starting to come together. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We just need to get the other head on there. We need to get Mangle balanced. And then we need to put on the other head. And then there's another piece that needs to go somewhere. We'll figure that out in a minute. Ooh, that's cool. I'm going to crisscross the necks. Boy. It is kind of hard to get Mangle together. Oop. That's probably not at all how Mangle looks, but it's how I remember Mangle looking. And then we have this random extra piece. I'm going to try to put it on the bottom, essentially to be a tripod. Jeez, I should have brought a hairdryer. I didn't think it would be this tough. Come on, Mangle. There we go. Okay. Doop, doop. And then there is a lever back here. Does that open a mouth, maybe? What does that lever do? Oh, it might open the mouth, but I think maybe... Yeah, it was in the way. The arm was in the way. So, okay. So... Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's probably not at all how Mangle looks. It's just how I remember Mangle looking. Yeah, Cheesemas, I know that the placement isn't great. I'm gonna just pretend. I'm gonna pretend that it's not there, because it's the best I can do. I mean, I guess I could just have, like, this be the other leg, and then Mangle will just have one arm. That might actually be better. Yeah. Let's do that instead. And then we'll just give an extra segment to the hand. Oh, wait, that might not work. No, I can make this work. I can make this work. Ah, there we go. So I do want you guys to know, I saw someone say that they should do a transmutate mangle. That would make sense. I also want you to know, I actually am going to do a video when the Five Nights movie comes out. I'm planning on doing a ranking video that I hinted to all the way back in April, I think. It's going to be Armada Decepticons, how well the Armada Decepticons would do in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And most of my research is literally just going back to watch the episode Swoop, where I swear to God, the Autobots put the Decepticons in a Five Nights at Freddy's ass situation where they're in like a horrible death house. But that's gonna be. It was supposed to be a Halloween episode, and then I remembered that the movie came out in December, and I was like, let's just wait. I'll put that video out when the movie comes out. Because don't get me wrong, I like Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. That said, I do want to sell out just a little bit. Just a little bit, not that much, but just a little bit I want to sell out. So here's Mangle alongside the wrong Funtime Foxy, but it's as close as I ever got. I really like how Mangle looks like with the Funko figures, because like the joints are so similar to the Funko joints. Like Mangle looks like they should have come with the Funko figures. They're actually kind of perfect. All right. Yeah, Spider-Dad, I do. I get to sell out as a little treat. I do weird videos. I do videos that are fun. Every so often, I should get to chase a trend. Stop going. What animatronics would you prefer on the FNAF Transformers collab? So, I wouldn't want them to be any of the characters. What I want... Oh, hey, Not So Alex. What I would want is for it to be just a generic pizza van, and then for it to transform into a really crappy-looking Freddy. Like, think on SpongeBob, the Robo-Crabs that has, like, the steam engine and the smoke pouring out of it. I would want that aesthetic for, like, a giant Freddy. Like, the company cut every corner they could, and they only barely made a transforming robot. Like, I wouldn't want it to be any of the characters specifically. I'd want it to be like, Afton Robotics has put out the newest in pizza delivery robots. Fred Fest Bear Car. Just realized that this is a spiritual successor to the review videos. It absolutely is the successor, or the successor to the review vids. Because like I said, I don't do reviews anymore, and yet I still have that sensation of like, I can't open a toy if I don't do a video. I do think that the Glamrocks make a lot of sense. Here's the thing, the Glamrocks would make for better looking toys. I don't think they make as sense in universe because the, like, Fazbear Entertainment is such an evil company that does every stupidly evil thing they could. So now that we got a sense for the normal line, I want to check out the Indo series, because the Indo series, you know, I'm not trying to make, like, any accusations here. Jazwares has said that, like, these guys are made more for kids. That's why they go for, like, $10, and that's probably why they have, you know, action gimmicks. For proper, like, older collectors, they're doing the Indo series. And you can see the Indo series, you get the endoskeleton, and then you get the pieces to do a Five Nights at Freddy's 1, like Classic Freddy, or Withered Freddy. Which means that these are also the first action figures we have of Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie. Next wave is going to be Withered Chica and Withered Foxy. That's great, because my favorite animatronics... Actually, I don't know. At the very least, some of my favorite animatronics are the Withered animatronics. So I'm very excited to finally have a set. Oop. No, Robo Warrior, for real, this kind of is like a model kit. So here is the endoskeleton. He has very thin joints, wow. Definitely be careful with these joints. I say that, as I move them, they feel really good. Like, just be careful with them, but they don't feel fragile. They're just not quite as big as you might want. So they are more fragile than a joint like what he has. But they're not necessarily fragile, period. Good grief, he's naked. Here, cover your shame. There you go. The Indo is no longer exposing us. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna live as the Withered Freddy, but let's put him in a classic Freddy suit first. Oh, okay, these come together real easily, actually. That's nice, because I was worried, like, oh, they're gonna feel, like, super fragile. That's decently weighty plastic. and it comes together really well. Jazwares is constantly surprising me. Because when I was a kid, Jazwares was like, if you had a thing you loved, like Sonic or Mortal Kombat, if Jazwares had the license, you were like, damn it, not Jazwares, because the toys kind of sucked. And then they got the Fortnite license, and all of a sudden their toys were kind of cool. And then they did the AEW figures, which were even better. To the point where, like, when I found out Jazwares was getting the FNAF license, I was actually kind of excited. Because I was like, yeah, they could do something cool. They absolutely could. And it seems as though they have. I'm just super late to the party here. Okay. I don't like that you can't get the arm all the way down. At the same time, you can't really do it with the Funko figures either. He's coming together. He's slowly coming together. I do like this too. There are tiny tabs to make sure that the pieces lock into place on the limb. Like, there actually was some really good decisions made here. Oh yeah, the Jazwares Pokemon stuff is amazing. Oh, this is nice too! So I was worried that, like, he'd have, like, big hands. No, you just swap out the hands. Ooh, be real careful though. Be real careful. I can't tell if that's a stress joint or if it's just gray plastic. There we go. Alright. He's almost a Freddy. He's almost a human being. Here we go. Alright. Alright. Gotta put his thigh on. Ah, there we go. Slowly but surely getting there. It is, like, horribly hot in this room I'm in. So recently we had a cold snap where I live, which is fine by me. I love the cold. But my roommates do not, and they have cranked up the heat, and it is a nightmare right now. I'm putting it on backwards, I think. I was indeed putting it on backwards. Or not? What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I was just putting it on the wrong angle. That was the problem. And then you're going to have to pop the feet off. And put these feet on. Oh, wait. Dupe. And, come on. Slowly but surely, we are getting this boy together. I'm putting it on wrong again. I was putting it on wrong again. There we go. Admittedly, I'm having a little bit more trouble with the lower body than I was the upper body. But again, it's not that it's complicated so much as I was trying to rush it and not paying attention. He's almost there. He has a hard time standing up. At least right now. Then again, he is very unbalanced. Oop, there we go. There we go. Come on. Alright. Admittedly, maybe the endos were a bad idea to do on a live stream. Because I was expecting them to be like a super quick process, and that's not quite how this played out. But we're getting there. To be fair, for this extensive 2-in-1 figure, I understand. At the very least, like, the options they gave you is so... Like it's honestly, like, really impressive. For a toy that's going for $20? $25? I'm really surprised just how much has gone into this. Ooh, it's hard to open up Freddy's head. There we go. By the way, I just noticed this. A little bit of paint missing on the top of the top hat. That's a shame. Oh, by the way, the endos have articulation in the mouth. That's cool. So... Oh, that was creepy, how the eyes popped out like that. And then it looks like the jaw is going to get onto his hinge down here. Oh, Jesus, that's... Look at that. And because the endo mouth moves with it, you can see the second row of teeth. And that's without getting to the fact that this is more accurate than Funko ever was with Freddy, because he only has the one row of teeth. Hey, Mom Makes, how's it going? We're doing some FNAF stuff tonight. So, let's compare Freddy's. As I said, I don't have the actual Freddy, but I have the golden Freddy. Oh, God, he is way taller. Oh, he is way taller. I wasn't expecting him to be that much taller. Is he taller than... I mean, he has to be taller than the toys. Okay, so that scale makes sense to me. Because I think the Wizards are taller than the toys. That said, if you wanted to try to mix your collection, that scale isn't as great, because that's supposed to be same character, same era. I mean, to be fair, oh, Dan, you finally got the Studio Series 86 Optimus. That's sick. Stop going. Yes, they are all toys, but you know what I mean here. This is specifically from the toy animatronics. That's what this group is called. The group that does this. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I do really like this. There is a little bit of a wiggle. See? A little bit of a wiggle. That said, the articulation is actually pretty nice. It's better than this guy's. But I don't think you're going to be able to blend Jazwares and Funko collections. At the very least, you're not going to be able to blend Endo series in with your Funkos. The toys, absolutely. The toys blend in perfectly with the Funkos. Yeah, Doopy, it's so weird. It's so weird trying to describe what the toy animatronics are if you've never played the games. Oh, Robo Warrior. Widowmaker looks so cool. I've not gone Widowmaker. I would like to get them, though. I'm going to wait for them to be on sale. That's one of the few Transformers that, like, I would want out of this most recent crop. And then Quick Strike. My God, have you guys seen the photos of Quick Strike? Looks so good. Jules, we are putting them back together. I'm like the puppet out here. Dude, imagine, like, trying to shop for someone, like, to get, like, birthday or Christmas gifts, and it just says on the list, I want the Toy Freddy toy. If you don't know, you're gonna ask, what the hell does Toy Freddy toy mean? Surely this is a Toy Freddy toy. No, this is Toy Freddy toy. This is Toy Freddy toy. Yeah. Mom Makes, I'm just saying, if you're looking for something to collect, like, these guys are $10. And for $10, I'm impressed with Toy Freddy at the very least. And Mangle. Mangle looks so good. Mangle's not quite good as an action figure. They're always going to be kind of limited. But good God, just on a shelf, Mangle's going to look amazing. Yeah, Robo Warrior. I have the original Quick Strike. think the new one looks a lot better than original Quick Strike, but I still love original Quick Strike. That's still a really good toy. Now, speaking of good toys, actually, how would Jazwares handle Scrap Trap or Grim Foxy? I mean, surely if they did Scrap Trap, they would just do like Spring Trap in the Endo series, and then, oh, but it had to be like a gross version of the Endo, wouldn't it? And then Grim Foxy, like, just do Grim Foxy and Ghost Foxy. Yeah, that makes sense. So, speaking of good toys, this is our classic Foxy. This is if you're a FNAF Gen 1er. This is the Freddy you like. But what I got this guy for wasn't for this Freddy, because, you know, I have 1,000 different versions of this Freddy. What I wanted was Withered Freddy. So let's take it out. Let's get it started, change everything out, and get the Withered Freddy put together. Boop. These pieces do come apart. Here's the thing, when they're on the toy, they're solid, but when you want to take them off, they're easy to take off. Again, I'm really impressed with what Jazwares accomplished on a budget here. And I feel bad because I always kind of give Jazwares the opposite of the benefit of the doubt. I guess I assumed the worst with Jazwares just because, hey, when I was growing up, Jazwares was not that great a company. At least when it came to, like, the toys they put out. I'm sure the company itself was fine. But, like, this is nice. This is decent. This is not the piece I need. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh no, Freddy's watching as he slowly withers away. Alright, where's your upper arm? When I opened the box, all of Withered Freddy's pieces just started to roll around in the tray. So it might take me a minute to find some of them. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. I already checked that out. That's decent for weather detail. You know what? I'm going to do this just like it's spreading through the body. So the next is going to go is the torso piece. Oop. There we go. When you get home from work, shirt comes off. Jesus Christ, look at that. Alright, and now, boop, the pelvis. Freddy, your genius is showing. Oh, okay, that's a bit hard to get apart. Oh, that's gonna break. That's gonna break if I'm not careful. Okay. Once this guy is Withered Freddy, he's probably gonna stay Withered Freddy, because it looks like one of the pegs in this piece is not going to last very long if I keep switching them around. Oop. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Are you guys going to go see the FNAF 2 movie? Because I have a friend, Rubik's Cube, and FNAF is their bread and butter. Like, I like FNAF, but Rubik's Cube loves FNAF. I'm going to go see it with them. And I'll be honest, when it comes to FNAF 1, right? I love the way that Chazington put it, where it's like, that movie is great for Five Nights fans and literally no one else. So much that movie only makes sense if you've played all the games. Like, as a movie, it's not a good movie. But, like, if you are already invested in FNAF, it was a good movie because you already care about these characters and you want to like learn about the animatronics. What I'm gonna say is like if you did not know who Vanny was, the reveal that Officer Vanessa, that their dad's name was William Afton, wouldn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Unless you've played the games. Wow, that's hard to get on. Oy, okay. That took a minute. Also, the withered pieces are a little bit more wibbly and wobbly than the classic pieces. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to get these guys. And again, maybe that's kind of in character for the withereds, that they're kind of ratty, falling apart. Come on. Oh, wow. Get in there. There we go. We have a foot. It's weird to think, because like I'm sure this is something that everybody literally knows. But Five Nights 2 happens after Five Nights 1. Like the games, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 happens after Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So the withereds were rebuilt with pieces from the toys to make the classic looks. It's weird to think that what we call Classic Freddy is technically the second version of the withered character. That actually looks kind of cool to have like the fully exposed endoskeleton there. Ooh, Freddy's having a hard time standing up right now. So, when I do my move, a part of me thought like, oh, I would love to like do some like live streams of like video games or something, right? Just to like have an excuse to like hop on and hang out with you guys and do something. And a part of me was like, oh, I would live stream maybe like the Five Nights at Freddy's game at some point. I don't want to do that. I suck at those games. As much as I like Five Nights at Freddy's, I've never been good at playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Except for FNAF World. I was good at that game. Ah. Almost there. We are almost there. We are almost there. Stick with me, Freddy. Stick with me. I don't mean to get gross. I am literally like sweating like a hog. It's so hot in this room. And I can't turn the AC down because then my roommate would freeze to death. Alright. I need to get a fan in here. Like, I think that would solve so many of my problems right there, is just having a little fan. Was that Baguette Leviathan? I think that was the username. I'm glad that you're really cool. I am not. I'm suffering. There we go. There we go. Alright, Freddy. It's time to rip your jaw out. Come on. Come on. Maybe I should take the face off first. There we go. I'm going to take the back of your scalp out first, and then I'll take out your jaw. Oh, it's actually really hard to get a grip on the head, because there's so many pegs that have to go at the same time. Come on, Freddy. Come on, Freddy. There we go. Let go of it. There we go. It's like trying to get something away from your dog when your dog starts eating it. Just let me have your face, Freddy. Just take it off. Take it off, damn you. Ah, there we go. The Endo series is a really cool idea. I like that it gives you options. This is going to become Withered, Freddy. And it's never going to change back. Because, I don't know, this hasn't been a nightmare, but it's been just fiddly enough to where, and to be fair, I only bought this for Withered Freddy. So, even if this was a great transformation, I probably wouldn't have been switching it around all that often. All right, in you go. There you go. So, Withered Foxy isn't supposed to be missing an arm. Not Withered Foxy. Withered Freddy's not supposed to be missing an arm. Withered Bonnie is missing an arm. I think... And then Withered Chica's missing her hands. But I think Withered Foxy and Withered Freddy aren't missing any of their limbs. Ah, there we go. So... I think I saw enemies say that, like, the eyes need to be more sunken back for this to be more accurate. Yes... But it's not that big a deal. I think that looks fine. I think it looks a lot better than Toy Freddy. And it should, because it's a more expensive toy. I think it's a little bit too bright. I wish that was a little bit darker for Withered Freddy. I wish it was a darker brown and maybe there's a little bit more of a paint wash on it. But that's decent. Also, those hands look like they're a completely different shade. That's weird. I'm hoping I'm gonna like Withered Bonnie more. Because Withered Freddy's fine. Like, that toy is completely fine, acceptable, I enjoy it. But Withered Bonnie... First of all, out of the main 4 animatronics, Bonnie is my favorite. Bonnie has always been my favorite. Withered Bonnie might be my favorite Bonnie design. So I would really like a very good Withered Bonnie toy. If I had to, like, say who my favorite animatronics are... Grass is green, bro. Megalon, I've been in the dirt all day, okay? Don't even. I've been doing yard work today. I'm trying to think, like, who are my favorite animatronics? I really like the puppet. I think the puppet's my favorite. Who the hell is Joe Holly? Cheesemas is just spawning the name Joe Holly. So, what was I saying? So I think my favorite animatronics. I love the puppet. I like Bonnie. My favorite Bonnie is probably Withered Bonnie. I really like classic Bonnie too, though. And then who else would be up there? I like Glamrock Freddy a lot. And probably Mingle. I think those are probably like my top 4. Basically, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then also Glamrock Freddy. Because, can you tell, my dad left me when I was young. It's not hard to make me like a character. Just make them a good dad, and then I'll immediately be there. Yeah. Let's just do the other 2 basic figures, and then we'll wrap it up with Withered Bonnie. And then that's all of Wave 1. Who am I doing first? We'll do Toy Bonnie. I mean, I literally was just telling you about how much I like Bonnie. I like Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie is probably like the middle of the pack for me. He's not my favorite Bonnie design, but he's also not my least favorite. My least favorite Bonnie is probably Nightmare Bonnie, which is weird because I really like Jacko Bonnie. Truth be told, I just don't really like the Nightmares in general. I say that. Granted, there isn't a Phantom Bonnie. I really don't like the Phantoms. The Phantoms are so boring to me. What the hell? Wait a minute. Does Toy Bonnie have a plush tail like that? That's weird. I've never noticed that. Like, don't get me wrong, Bonnie has a tail. Like, Bonnie does. He has a tail, but I never knew Toy Bonnie had that big a tail. That's weird. So, Cheesemas, I actually did know that Image was able to effectively get, like, another run out of IDW. It's cool. Real talk, like, as good as IDW Transformers was, I feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been even better at IDW. Oh, Blitz Rob, you were able to get Blocky's Classics. Oh, you got good ones, too. Okay. There's Bonnie's gimmick. That's decent. And Bonnie looks exactly as Toy Bonnie should. He's a little bit scrawnier, very cutesy. He doesn't come with any accessories. If these came with accessories, obviously he should get a guitar, she should get a cupcake, and he should get the iPad for Mr. Hugs. Boop. There he is with Funko Classic Bonnie. It's so weird. Funko had the Five Nights at Freddy's toy license for 10 years. They had Five Nights at Freddy's license for 10 years. 10 years of action figures. And they never did the toys or the Wizards. Like, that's weird, right? I'm not crazy. Because, like, those are... I mean, the Wizards especially are some of the most popular of all the designs. Mangle, for God's sake, is one of the most popular designs in all of Five Nights. It's so weird that it took this long to get that Bonnie standing alongside a toy of this design. Yeah, so, Doopy, I think they kind of leaned into that because they gave Toy Bonnie a voice, and it's a really high-pitched voice. Like, when I first heard Toy Bonnie's voice, I thought Toy Bonnie might have been a woman. Yeah, Funko was just weird. So, Dan, I heard that too, that apparently Funko isn't looking so great right now. And that, I saw a lot of people that were, like, celebrating that. Why? Like, okay, I'm not a big fan of Funko Pops, but, like, a lot of people are. And I don't get pleasure in, like, just because I don't collect something, I don't want someone else to not be able to collect it, right? I don't collect G.I. Joe, but I've never once been like, I hope G.I. Joe Classified fails, because I hate G.I. Joe. I've seen so many people, even people who I have respect for, who are almost, like, celebrating that Funko might be going under, and it's like, Funko is a big employer, guys, and Funko had good toys. Like, sure, Funko Pop, that's the big thing, but, like, they also had Reaction, they did a Game of Thrones toy line, they did a great Rocketeer figure years ago, and then they also did Funko, like the FNAF figures. And, you know, as much as I can rag on the Funko FNAF figures, like, I've had this Bonnie for, like, 10 years, and it's been good, it's been solid. Like, they're decent figures. And I want to say this, right? The Funko FNAF figures gave collectors solid action figures for $10. You know, when everyone else was becoming $30, Funko kept theirs at $10. And, you know, I'm glad that Jazwares is keeping it. You know, this is a $10 figure, whereas, like, a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars figure nowadays is $30. So, I don't like it. I don't like people who are, just, like, salivating at the idea that one of the biggest toy companies in the world is going under. Because that's so weird to me. Like, why? Because you don't like Funko Pops? Come on, guy. Come on. Oi, I don't like something, thus it must die. Like, that's the mentality there. Here, everyone get to the side. Everyone get to the side. Oop. Yeah, so stop going. I totally get that. Like, Funko Pops aren't for everyone, and Funko Pops flooded the market. Like, that is all absolutely true. But again, Funko had good stuff too. Like, they did more things than just Pops. Mystery Minis. I'm not even a blind box person, but Mystery Minis are a pretty damn decent line of blind boxes. I have a couple. I have Mystery Minis Mothra and King Ghidorah. And that Mothra is my favorite Mothra toy. The Mystery Minis Mothra. Alright, come on, Chica. Finally have all the toys. Oop. And there we go. So, there's Chica. Chica's articulation is weird. Look at that. So, oh, it's almost like she's bow-legged. Like, look at that. Her knees kind of go off. Like, the leg doesn't go straight down. It goes slightly to an angle. That's odd. It looks like she has drop-down hips. She has drop-down hips! Look at that. Chica has drop-down hips. Like a friggin' Figma. Do they all have drop-down hips, Bonnie? Bonnie has drop-down hips. Not as wide a range as Chica's. Okay, Freddy? Get in here. Get in here. Freddy also has drop-down hips. What the hell, dude? That's so cool. Okay, so just go through the articulation, right? We have nothing in the head because you have the mouth, which I think is fine. But then you got a universal in the shoulder, universal at the elbow, universal at the wrist, a no waist joint, but drop down hips, ball joints at the hip, universal at the knee, universal at the foot. That's insane. That is insane. Oh no. Stand up, Freddy. Stand up. Also, I saw someone say that the tail comes off. Be careful about that. Your tail might come off your Bonnie. Does Bonnie have a waist joint? No, so Bonnie also doesn't have a waist joint. It really feels like there's supposed to be a waist joint here. I mean, I know their design has that, but it really feels like... Yeah, I guess it's that line is just there because it's on the game model. So Cheesemas, I heard that too. Apparently the writer they got on Ninja Turtles now isn't the best. But I've not read the comic, so I don't know. Also, what is that thing with Leo and Mikey kissing? Is that a real thing? Because for a long time I thought that's how people were saying like Megan Fox is Toy Chica. I thought it was just like a joke. Is that not a joke? So Megalon, I totally get that. And I also would prefer them not to have the gimmicks. But I think that specifically the toy animatronics are so... Like, kids are going to love the toy animatronics. So I'm glad that the toy animatronics have a gimmick. And again, at least the gimmick doesn't get in the way, right? So you do this, but you can still get the arm going forward. Oop. I said that. You were able to on Freddy, can you not? Yeah, you can. It's just a little bit tight. You can still get the arm going forward. You just have to go up and then over as opposed to down. Like, they made them functional figures in spite of the gimmick. Like, the gimmick doesn't impair them. That just leaves one thing to go over. And then this is all of Wave 1. Not so, Alex, did they do a 4-pack? Did they do a 4-pack of the toys? That would be a great 4-pack. Like, if you got these 4 together... Here, get in here, you freaks. Get in here, Mangle. Dude, that as a 4-pack would be sick. Like as a birthday gift or like for like the holidays or something, like Christmas or Hanukkah. That would be insane. I would love that 4-pack as a kid. Hell, as an adult, I like the idea of that 4-pack. Look at Mangle. Mangle is the best one here. Like, maybe Withered Bonnie is gonna, like, change my mind. But Mangle so far is just the best thing I've seen. This is so great. And the fact that you can switch around Mangle's joints is even better. So yeah, a few people are saying that there is a 4-pack. That's sick. That's great. I'm glad that 4-pack exists. Because again, if I knew about it, I would have just bought the 4-pack. But also, I'm glad that they're also single release, because I can guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of people who only want Mangle. There's going to be a lot of people who only want Mangle. Unfortunately, there's probably going to be a lot of people who only want Toy Chica. I don't like talking about that group of people. There's going to be a lot of cool people who only want Mangle, though. The last of Wave 1. Boop. We got Indo Series. It's Bonnie. Oh, hey, Ezreal's son. How's it going? I know, it has been so long. Cheesemas is your favorite comic of all time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because you talk about it a lot if it's not your favorite. I'm going on a limb here. So, I've already talked about Bonnie. Bonnie. I remember that headcanon. So, Doopy just brought up a really fun thing. The idea that the Wizards, or specifically Withered Bonnie, would have hated Toy Bonnie. And I've always loved that headcanon. I'm having a hard time opening Bonnie's box. Here we go. Because the thing is, I don't need the full box. I really just need the tray. Boop. So just like before. Oop. Not so, Alex. Let me tell you. If I could have applied the memory I've dedicated to Five Nights to, like, memory of chemicals or medicine, I could have been a doctor. If all the brain space that I've wasted on Star Wars, Transformers, and Five Nights at Freddy's, had I applied that to something else, by God, I could have been something. Mom makes. I'm glad the GoBots is on Tubi, because it was so hard to watch that cartoon for so long. And it's pretty decent. I like the GoBots cartoon. You know, it's pretty standard Hanna-Barbera fare. E2 Cycle is great. For anyone who doesn't know, go watch GoBots. Go watch E2 Cycle. I think that's the last episode of the GoBots cartoon. Transformers stole the Optimus Megatron backstory from GoBots. Because in G1, Optimus and Megatron weren't friends before they became the leaders. Whereas the story of, like, we used to be the freedom fighters, we were the people who were going to bring the positive change, and then Megatron got corrupted, that's Leader 1 in Cycle. That's absolutely Leader 1 in Cycle. Oh. Sorry, guys, I had to get a sip of my drink. Wait. So, a cool thing about this endo, it has a different paint job. Freddy's endo had a black mouth. Azrael's son, I agree. Here's the thing, I would have preferred Armada Megatron's minicod being called Leader 1. Or, not Leader 1, but Psykill. I know it would have made no sense, but I would have much rather it be named Psykill than to make Leader 1 Megatron's minigun. Okay, so Cheesemas, the favorite comic is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic. I gotta be more specific. Is it Last Ronin? Because I'll be honest, I only know 3 specific Ninja Turtle comic stories. I know Splinter in Hell, Shredder in Hell, and then I know Last Ronin. And I think there was another Ronin story called, like, The Lost Years or something that gave the backstory. People shipped Mangled and Withered Foxy. You see, I guess that's the part of the FNAF fandom I was never aware of. I didn't know that there was, like, a shipping culture on account of them being dead children. Yeah, I'll be that guy. I'll piss on this parade. I don't care. Azrael's son, earthquake hit your city? Ah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so I just had to break the paint off a couple of the points of articulation. So you can see on the Endo series, you got rotation at the head, you got articulation here, universal at the shoulder, you have universal here at the elbow, very tight, be very careful when you're first messing with them. Universal at their big hands, ball joint here. Your campus isn't going to reopen until January. Oh, that sucks, Azrael's son. Tony Cry Knight Sirius. I don't remember Tony Cry Knight Sirius. Not so, Alex? Oi. I'm really worried about this knee. Look at that. Look at how I'm bending it, and the knee isn't even beginning to go. I can make it work on this, and I can tell it's paint stuck. I'm trying to see, can I maybe work the paint? I'm chipping it. No, I'm not. Wait, yes? Come on. Yes! The knee works. I did it. Don't do what I did. You probably break the toy. I got very lucky. Enemy, I do not want to learn about FNAF ships. If I had to list the things that I do not want to learn about, that's really high up on the list. Okay, you know what? Glamrock Freddy and Glamrock Bonnie are fine, because those aren't kids. Those are just big dumb robots. I can ship big dumb robots. I do it all the time in Transformers. I ship Beachcomber and Warpath just for the hell of it. Oop. They're standing. Okay. Are we going to do Classic Bonnie? As a reviewer, I feel like I have to do Classic Bonnie, because I have my Funko Classic Bonnie and I could compare. But you know what? This isn't a review. I'm just gonna put on the Withered Bonnie pieces. And also, not so Alex, okay. I'm gonna tell you guys this. It's time that you learn the lore. People in my Discord server already know the lore as to why I ship Beachcomber and Warpath. So, the first Transformers comic book I ever got as a kid had Transformers Mosaic Beachcomber. It's a one-page comic story where Warpath and Beachcomber are on this beautiful hill surrounded by flowers, and they're sitting back to back, and Warpath and Beachcomber are talking, and Warpath just says, "Beachcomber, why do you fight if you hate fighting so much?" And Beachcomber has this beautiful explanation where it's basically he hates fighting, but he knows that he can survive a fight, whereas people who are weaker than him cannot. So he will fight with every fiber of his being because he hates war more than anything else. And it's such a beautiful one-page comic. And the way they drew Warpath has very kind of feminine features in their face. So as a big dumb kid, I guess little dumb kid, I thought that Warpath was a girl, and I thought that Beachcomber and Warpath must be a couple because boys and girls don't sit back to back on a meadow like that. But to this day, it took me a long time to realize that Warpath was not supposed to be a woman character in Transformers. I went years as a fan thinking that Warpath was a woman character, and I was really disappointed when I found out that she wasn't. To the point where I still sometimes use feminine pronouns for Warpath on accident. But if I ever do a fan fiction, if I ever reach that level of autism that I write a Transformers fan fiction, Warpath's going to be a woman, and Warpath and Beachcomber, at the very least, are going to be best buddies. Because I love their dynamic. Because they do hang out in the G1 cartoon. It makes sense. Warpath loves war, but he's not a monster. It's much more like he just enjoys adventure. And Beachcomber hates fighting, but they do interact, and they're always very civil with each other. To me, it's like the jock and the poetry major hanging out together. Exactly, Spire Dad. Why can't Warpath be a woman? Oh, wow, that is tough. So this is the reason why I'm only doing Withered Bonnie, is because it can be kind of tough to get these pieces together. Tomboy Warpath is great Warpath. Oh, someone was asking like how you do Withered Bonnie. They just give you an alternate arm so that you can have the missing arm. Exactly, Megalon. Why can't they? Ah, there we go. Yeah, so that is a thing here. You're going to take the eyes out. I'll do that in a sec, because I can already tell that's probably going to be a bit of a nightmare. But in the meantime, let me just finish getting the body together. Hey, real quick, I don't have a clock when I'm doing this live stream. Can someone tell me what the time is, Eastern Standard Time? I'm not saying to out yourself. Do not tell me where you live. Does anyone just have the time Eastern Standard Time? 6:49. Thank you, Megalon. Wait a minute. What the hell is Springtrap and Delilah? Why are you guys talking about something called Springtrap and Delilah? Why does that sound like a thing? Is that a fanfic? I feel like I've heard those names together before. Bro did die. Despite all that rage, he's still just a rabbit in a cage. Okay, Enemy is hitting me with the Dear Sweet Ron. Now I'm worried. Maybe don't tell me what this is. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. Bro, where's your hand? Wait a minute. Withered Bonnie has the exposed hand, doesn't he? Yeah, so I'll just keep the robot hand on him. There you go, bud. You're coming together. You're almost a real boy. Jesus Christ, look at that. That looks like the final monster at the end of the Jimmy Neutron movie. The big chicken. If anyone remembers the Jimmy Neutron movie. Doopy, it seems that way. I thought I was like pretty well informed on the FNAF fandom. Turns out I was not. Azrael's son, I agree. I don't like it necessarily. But at the very least, this feels like a pretty solid figure. So I don't think it's going to be a problem down the line as long as you always do it carefully. There we go. Real talk though, I'm kind of surprised that no one thought to do this before. There is a Transformer that's like this. I forget what it's called, but there's an Optimus Prime where you buy him and he's like a skeleton. It's Movie Prime. And you're able to build him up into being like proper movie Optimus, but he looks like the proto form before then. Oh, well thank you, Spire Dad. Turns out it was a fan comic made by a creep. Yay. Oh. Transcanner Sounds Right, Azrael Son. I think that's what it's called. Terrible toy. Like, actual god-awful toy, but great idea. Very similar to this. Come on, Withered Bonnie. Just put your shoe on. Just put your shoe on. Oh, yeah, they did try to do this with the Playmates Godzilla, didn't they? There. Got you. You are going to be a Withered Bonnie, whether you like it or not, Endoskeleton. Yeah. Slowly but surely, it's all gonna happen. It's coming together. There we go. It's almost there. It's almost there. Come on. Come on. Please, Withered Bonnie. Why, Withered Bonnie? Why have you forsaken me like this? By the way, I didn't even mention it. Many Toys of Scavenger is going to be tomorrow. That's a thing. Many Toys... No, I gotta take these eyes out. Okay. Oh, these eyes are in here tight. Do I just gotta pull? Ow. That's gonna be a good way to lose a fingernail. I'll say this. It feels like Withered Freddy had an easier time coming together. So, for Bonnie to work, I need to get these eyeballs out, because this isn't going to function otherwise. I need... Wait a minute, do I have to get these eyeballs out? Do I have to? Well, yeah, I have to, because they have to go in like that. Okay. Yes, I am blinding him. Are we in a loop right now? Is anyone able to hear my voice? Okay, people can hear me. I do not have an opinion on Roblox the game. I've never played. My opinion on Roblox the company is that it is evil, and they shield predators and exploit children. But the game, I'm sure, is fine. I've just never played it. So I've gotten one of the eyes. I got one of them. Give me the other one. Come on, you bastard. Give it to me. Let me have your eye. Let go of it. You don't need it. You don't even need it. Come on. We are like the Sisters of Fate, and I am taking your goddamn eyeball. Come on. There. I got you. He's dead. I killed him. Get your mask on. Get in there. Oh, that's weird. You kind of have to like... Oh, you're going to have to bend the plastic to get this in. Because look, These holes have got to go into those pieces. Oh, come on. We are so close to the finish line, Bonnie. Come on. I'll give you a good review. Just put your hat on. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I was just a dummy. I was just a big dummy. Wow. Now I feel really bad. I'm sorry, Bonnie. That was totally on me. Here, take your bottom jaw. Okay. All right. And then, that's what classic Bonnie would have looked like. Pretend that I put that together. Like I said, this isn't a review. You're right, he's not supposed to have the upper endo jaw. Is that why it's a different color? Can I take this out? Give me your jaw back. Can that come out? Can that come out? Give me your teeth, damn you. Let me look at the back of the box. So on the back of the box, he still has his top jaw. Yeah, I think that's just an inaccuracy. Enemy's saying that it can't come out. Okay. You can have your jaw back then. So. I have waited for a Withered Bonnie toy for 10 years. Withered Bonnie is maybe my favorite FNAF design. It's fine. It's okay. Withered Bonnie is not quite what I want it to be. I don't want to be a downer, because I think this is a good toy. It's a 2-in-1. Everything feels fine. He scales great with Freddy. Here, get Withered Freddy in here. Withered Bonnie looks a ton better than Withered Freddy. There are things that you could do, though. Like, this should all be black. I could do that. I could paint that black. The articulation's kind of rough, but that's just the reality of this kind of design. I think what I would have wanted is to just do Withered Bonnie in this design. Just a dedicated figure like this that did Withered Bonnie. I hope they do, because I know that they're doing the classics. The next wave of these basic figures are going to be the classic animatronics. We're going to get Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. I hope they do a Withered wave, because good God, it's scratching the itch. I finally have a Withered Bonnie action figure. But here's the thing, right? Get out of here, Withered Freddy. I just saw someone say that apparently FNAF 2 turned 11 yesterday or something. So, these two. I have waited for these two specifically to get action figures for 11 years. Mangle exceeded my expectations. I am very happy with Mangle. Withered Bonnie is fine. They're fine. Yeah, Withered Bonnie, or Withered Freddy's eyes do look very small. They need to be a lot bigger, and they need to be a different color, because Withered Bonnie's eye, or Withered Freddy's eyes are like bloodshot. So, if you guys were on the fence about getting the new Jazwares Five Nights figures, I'm going to say grab the toys. The toys look great, they feel great, and they scale perfectly with your normal Funko action figures. Maybe skip out on the Endo series. I got them because I want the Withereds, and I'm going to be happy with the Withereds, but the Withereds are not great. When I put these two together, that's perfect. Classic Freddy, Toy Freddy, perfect. When I put these two together, I'm sorry, I just like this more. I like this more, but I like this as much as that. Like, I think the Jazwares guys, the $10 figures, are absolutely just Jazwares trying to continue on the Funko legacy. And I think the Indo series is basically them trying to start their own series. It's kind of like how when Hasbro first got the Marvel license, they continued on with Marvel Legends, but they also started Marvel Universe, the 3 3/4 inch series. So it's like, here's Marvel in our style, and here's Marvel in the style you were already buying from Toy Biz. These guys are the carryover. Toys in the style of the Funko collection you already have. And then the Indo series is toys in the Jazwares style. And that's absolutely how you should have done it. That is brilliant. It's the right way to do it. I give Jazwares all the accommodations for that. It was a good call. But yeah, I prefer the toys to the Wizards. First time I've ever said that. First time I've ever thought I'd say I like the toys more than the Wizards. But you know what? Here we are. All right, that's all the toys I was going to talk about. I'm going to take a big sip of my drink because I'm dying of thirst right now. Boy. Sorry about that, guys. I saw someone say review more Dragon Stars. I actually don't have any more Dragon Stars. I would if I had any. And you're right, the Withers are supposed to be taller. But, I don't know. I prefer this type of figure more. And then, Banquet of the Leviathan. I'm definitely going to get one for my brother. That makes sense. Azrael's Son, how tall are the normal figs? These are about 5 inches tall. They're about 5 inches. Bonnie might be closer to 5.5, 6 inches because of his ears. Not so Alex says fun stream. Thank you. Jesus, what is the drink? I am drinking water with Crystal Light grape mix because I like grape. Mom makes. I saw Janemba at a comic store. Janemba's such a cool design. Azrael's Son, it'd be really cool to scale with Jazwares Fortnite stuff. Those guys would absolutely scale with the Jazwares Fortnite stuff. I don't have any Jazwares Fortnite guys anymore, but they are the same size. Megalon, he's drinking Future Trunks. Oh no. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this. You can't tell Rubik's Cube, okay? Don't go to their channel and tell them about this. Jesus, I got it right! It's Last Ronin is peak. I like the Last Ronin comic. Why do people love Foxy? Water's addictive. Don't drink it. Banquet. Janemba was how I beat my friend who always picked Broly. Chris Cox. Oh shit, is that a FNAF? 14-year-old me would absolutely elated that cringy kid wrote Halo FNAF crossover fanfic. I shit you not. Dude, Halo FNAF crossover? That'd be so sick. That'd be wild. So, I told you earlier, my friend Rubik's Cube, they love FNAF, and they have so much FNAF stuff. It's always hard for me to think of stuff to get them. And of course, Christmas is coming up, and I want to get them a good gift, right? So I went to Planet Fun, my local nerd store, and checked this out. This is a... Oh, I'm going to have to, like... don't tell Rubik's Cube about this. This is like some weird... Okay, can everybody hear me? Because I think the stream crashed there for a second. Okay. So, yes, this is a Mexican bootleg of specifically Nightmare Bonnie. And it's really cool looking. It's horrible and disgusting, and it kind of looks like it's made out of dried Play-Doh. But it is also, like, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, I would love to have that as, like, a Halloween decoration. But that's going to be my gift to Rubik's Cube. It's hanging out on my desk. Why is he so bright? I'm just going to assume that, like, they used whatever paint they had lying around, because this is clearly hand-painted. Like, this is not a factory paint job. This is someone went to town with whatever paint bucket they had. Like, look at the eyes. You can see, like, the blotchiness from where they just, like, hit it with a brush. Like, that's the thing is, like, I'm not trying to knock this thing. Like, there is legitimate artistry here. It's a decent sculpt, and the paint is wild. And obviously, you know, it's a cheap bootleg knockoff, but god damn is it cool. God damn is it cool. Taxvader on the run. Look up the dumb twisted balloon boy figure, please. Ron Bon, I beg. I can't look anything up, I'm afraid. I don't have a way to leave. Oh, Enemy, are you serious? Wait, are you saying that this guy in particular, or just some bootlegs? Oh no. I just found out the other day what the Talbert files are. What the hell are the Walton files? Is that a new thing? Off the top, random toy fact. When the Playmates Rodan comes out, there will only be one Jack-specific Godzilla figure that won't have a Playmates variant, and that will be a non-charged up Godzilla. Oh, you're right. They've never done normal Godzilla, have they? Okay. Okay, Walton Files is cool. That's great. So yeah, that's another thing. I found out from Chazington, because I watched one of their older videos, about the Talbert Files. I still don't know what the Talbert Files are, but I know about someone named Pinky Pills. I didn't need to know about that. I did not need to know about that. Jesus, yeah. The last run in toy line's super cool. If I was more of a Ninja Turtle, like, toy fan, I would get those. Because the thing is, I like Ninja Turtles, but I don't need many Ninja Turtle toys. I have my Turtles of Grayskull, and I have my movie Real Turtles, and those are the only turtles I really need. Oh, Spire Dad, Chazington's so great. I wish, like, I had that type of mind where I could make videos like that. Chazington is so freaking funny. I love the Playmates Godzilla stuff, too. Yeah. Yeah, Doopy, that's what I found out. Apparently, the FNAF art scene. Just a walking red flag. But it's okay, because Mangle. Wave at them, Mangle. Mangle's waving. You can't really tell. But I swear that's a hand and not a leg. So yeah, Mangle's the winner. Mangle is honestly, like, one of the best toys I've picked up this year. Like, it's a simple toy. For $10, you can customize it any way you want. It looks exactly like how Mangle looks in the games. I really like this toy. I really like this Mangle toy. I want to try to get their heads fixed, because I know that, like, the fox head is supposed to be on the other side. Oh! I accidentally fixed it. I accidentally did it. There we go. Oh, well. It was going too well, clearly. Come on, Mangle. Get that arm back in. Ah, there we go. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, now I'm just having fun playing with a toy that I've wanted for 10 years. I'm sorry. This is where, like, you get to see why my reviews had to be so edited. It's because I tend to just zone out when I start to have fun with these things. I just realized Mangle has two, would that be left hands? Two right hands. I think that's accurate to the game. That's weird, though. Mangle doesn't have a left hand. Huh. Well, as you do. What are my thoughts on Trash and the Gang? I think Trash and the Gang are super cute. I think they have mystery minis, don't they? Trash and the Gang have toys. I know they do. No, that's the Paper Pals. Trash and the Gang don't have any toys. I don't know, I like the Paper Pals, and I like Trash and the Gang. They're cute. They're fine. I can't think of many animatronics I outright hate. There's a few, though. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate them, but, like, I really don't like the Phantoms. I really don't like Burn Trap. I hate the Blob. I hate Molten Freddy. What do you think of Moose Toys? I don't know what Moose Toys is, I'm afraid. Mangle is just a world-building anomaly. Because how did kids rip apart a robot thrice their size? Azrael Son, what I'm going to say are kids are cruel and animatronics aren't as durable as you might think. Like, Mangle makes complete sense to me. And besides, in the game, they literally say, like, oh yeah, we made Mangle out of softer materials. so that they could be the daycare attendant. Like, they made Mangle more fragile because that'd be safer for kids. Oh, I'm afraid I just don't know whose toys then, I'm afraid. I don't know. The paper pals look too edible to me. You're not supposed to fight the paper pals. They're your pals. Yeah, why do people love Fox? They probably did put steroids in the pizza. That sounds like something like Fazbear Entertainment would do. That seems on point. There's something wrong about Mangle. I know that I've gotten something wrong here. I know what it is. There's supposed to be a hand up here where the head is. But then I'd have to flip the entire thing around to make that work. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm seeing how it can come together now. Mangle. Take one for the team, bud. There we go. Okay, man. Ah. Here we go. Here we go. My Mangle abomination will be perfect. They will be exactly how they need to be. Okay. So, I remember we need to have the endo head like down here. So I'm going to move this arm. Yeah. Come on. Come on, Mangle. You're almost there. Ah. I'm literally getting a blister on my thumb from trying to make this work. Okay. And then that just leaves Mangle. Yes! Yes! From where I've been playing with them, it is getting easier. It's still not easy, but it is easier. Come on, Mangle. Ah. So if I had one criticism about the Mangle, I wish that this neck was more articulated, because that's one solid piece. Oh my god, I think I got it. That looks like Mangle to me. I think that's how Mangle's supposed to be. If I could articulate this neck more that has the fox head, that'd be how Mangle's supposed to be. There we go. Like a modern art masterpiece. You go, Mangle. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So for anyone who doesn't know, you probably noticed that I use they, them pronouns for Mangle. Just to be clear, that's not an identity. Mangle is not non-binary. Mangle is literally two different people. The fox head uses she, her, and then the endo head uses he, him. And I don't remember if these two were twins or if they just happened to both wind up in the same body. But that's why Mangle uses they, them. It's because there's two of them. It's like Venom. Venom is they, them because there's two people in there. Here, let's get all of the Five Nights figures that I use throughout the night, even for the size comparisons. With Bonnie. His arch enemy, Toy Bonnie. Toy Freddy. I'm happy with them. I'm glad I got these guys. My favorites are still the toys. If I had to rank the Jazwares guys, I'm going to get the Funko guys out for a second. Wait a minute, is that a thing? Is Mangle supposed to be a dog? There's no way. Mangle has conversations with themselves. Dogs can't talk. Like, literally, there's the in Ultimate Custom Night, if Mangle gets you, there's the thing where, like, the fox head says, like, ah, this reminds me of the days back in the Kids Cove. And then the Indo head's like, never again. Never, 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 never. Like, literally, the two heads have different anxieties and hopes and dreams and wants. They can't be, one of them can't be a dog. Dogs don't have a voice. Dogs have dreams. Why do people love Foxy? If your dog talked to you at 3 a.m. last night, I think you need to go talk to someone. None of your dogs have been talking to you, Doopy. You don't have dogs. Okay. If I had to rank these guys. I think Withered Freddy is my least favorite. Still good, but least favorite. And then probably Toy Chica. It's not even because of the toy, just because I know there's freaks out there. Toy Freddy. Probably Withered Bonnie after Toy Freddy, because even with my problems with that toy, it's still good. It's still solid. Then Toy Bonnie, because Toy Bonnie is just really, really solid. And then the best one's Mangle, because of course the best one's Mangle. Yeah, Toy Chica does look traumatized. Okay, Doopy, no offense to Matt Pat. Matt Pat doesn't know. Matt Pat doesn't know. Matt Pat also thought that FNAF 1 was based off a Pizza Hut shooting. So, let's not act like Matthew Patrick knows what's up. Matthew Patrick, the father of Plush Trap. Matthew Patrick, who I, honest to God, thought named his son Fred Fazington, because that was a thing for a while. Like, people thought that he named his actual son Fred Fazington, and I believed it for a sec, because gotta need that money. No hate to Matt Pat, just so we're clear, I actually was a big fan of game theory when I was younger, and I still respect the guy, you know. He did good stuff, and he didn't groom anyone, so that's gotta put him in, like, the upper echelon of YouTubers. The only YouTuber I can think of who retired because they wanted to, and not because of public pressure for doing something horrible. Good on you, Matt Pat. Mom makes my favorite GoBots episode is probably E2 Psykill, and if it's not E2 Psykill, Megalon, don't act like I'm not right with that, though. Like, I am right. What was I gonna say? The other one I really like is the one with the bulldozer renegade that betrays the renegades and becomes a guardian. I like that one. Azrael's son, I'm not going to count PewDiePie. I'm not going to count PewDiePie, because I'm going to say at least part of that retirement came from his frequent use of words he shouldn't use. Alright. Cheesemas, I do remember that time I said, I'm pretty sure I said something to that effect in this video. I was talking about Freddy's pelvis or something. Megalon, it's just insane that you had to point that out because of all the weird YouTubers. Yeah, but I'm right, though. Doopy, bridge. Oh, you're talking about PewDiePie. Yeah, PewDiePie's bridge incident. And Azrael's son, you're right. The bridge incident was years before. It wasn't the only time. There were a couple times where that word came out. That was just the time that everyone got mad. And, you know, let's be fair. PewDiePie made their money, so they don't have to do it anymore. So, yeah, like, they retired because they wanted to, but also, stuff happened. I would like to try out Revenge of Kronos, Mon makes. It seems cool. I've just never had the chance. Hey, does anyone have the time? Eastern Standard Time again for me, real quick. I'm sorry to keep asking. I should have brought a clock with me. I just gotta get going around 7:30. 7:21. Okay, we still got a few minutes. In a few minutes, I'm gonna have to leave you guys. But we still have a little bit of time to talk. Alright. So, Spider Dad, I think you and I are on different time zones. I'm Eastern Standard. Yeah. Azrael, son, it's all good. I want to say this. Taxivator, RonBon, what shows have you been on your watch list that you haven't gone to yet? Oh, I'm sorry, Banquet. I'm not trying to trigger abandonment issues. I just gotta go to work. Um, I really want to watch Severance. Everyone tells me Severance is great. I want to finish Primal because I only saw season 1 of Primal. I want to watch RID 2001 again. I want to watch Cyberworld. What other things do I want to watch? I need to watch My Adventures with Superman. I'm a big Superman fan. Superman's my favorite superhero, and I have not been able to watch his show that's on right now that everybody loves. What other shows do I want to watch? I'm sure there's like 50 of them. I just can't think of them. I want to finish Breaking Bad because I'm doing a rewatch, and I had to take a big My Adventure with Superman is ALSP bomb as fuck. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I hear they botched some things in My Adventures with Superman, to be honest. So, Mom Makes, when you say that, does that mean that, like, the show did, like, some bad writing, or was it a thing where, like, they changed a character and people weren't into it? Because I know that, like, Deathstroke is super young in that show for some reason. Magical Girl Transformation Clark is best Clark. Clark would have a Magical Girl Transformation. Have you ever seen Superman? Superman is like Sailor Moon in all but name. I wish I remembered the Sailor Moon theme song. It's a good theme song, that Sailor Moon theme song. I'm trying to think, though. That's the thing, is, like, I hate to say it, videos have taken up so much of my time lately that I've just had a hard time kind of keeping up with anything. And it's like when I get free time, it's like, gotta go work on the next vid. Gotta do the vid. Okay, Mon makes that makes sense. Azrael's son transform into a business suit. We'll do it in a few minutes. Deathstroke is another one. Oh, you're talking about the Teen Titans comic book, aren't you? Yeah, that sucks. I hate that that's a part of Deathstroke's legacy, is what he did with Terra. Megalon, I'll probably never open a P.O. box because I don't want you guys sending things to me. I'd rather you spend your money on you. And if you would like to, like, do something like, you know, I have the Patreon. Patreon helps. But, like, if you guys get toys, I want you to get toys for you. And then, like, if you just want to send me, like, a message, like, I have an email address. It's in my channel description. Enemy says, Ron, you deserve a Thanksgiving break. Enemy, it's fine. I was thinking about maybe taking a break in January, but I'm going to hold off on that. Maybe in 2027, I'll try to take, like, January off or something. Mom makes, I'm okay with Mr. Mitzpitlick being a goblin, because Mr. Mitzpitlick is, like, he's always in personality been a goblin. Yeah, Taxavator, I agree, regular Deathstroke is the issue. To be fair, I hate comic Deathstroke. I love Slade. Slade is cool. Mom makes, I really do want to go back and rewatch a lot of the Nicktoons. Like, My Life as a Teenage Robot is great. I want to rewatch All Real Monsters. Doopy sending me 10 million mangles. Hell yeah. 10 Faz million. Alright, we're gonna have to start winding down. Spire Dad, you go for that. You turn in that fuck-ass term paper, and then you go and you get a toy as a reward. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Maybe get Mangle. Mangle's a good reward for a fuck-ass term paper. Look at this fuck-ass fox. Tell me that's not the embodiment of everything wrong with life right now. Banquet, absolutely. I love myself just a good feel-good cartoon. The Nicktoons were great for that. Our Real Monsters is my favorite Nicktoon. At least that I remember. I loved Our Real Monsters as a kid. Which is weird, because Our Real Monsters was off the air for years by the time I was young. I only had, like, a VHS. So, Mom Makes, you mentioned Sonic. I want to go back and watch Sonic AM, the one that had Jim Cummings as Eggman. I really, really want to rewatch that one. Because that was the Sonic cartoon I watched as a kid. And that's my favorite Eggman voice. I love Polk. I love the current Eggman, but good God, that Jim Cummings Eggman, the snivelly. What color is my heart? I don't see a heart, Uncle Ivo. Exactly. Like, I love that. This is the best. He's the best. Azrael's son. Found someone selling teeth, 30 RC for $10 here, and I'm so pissed I don't have any money on me. Azrael Sun, hopefully you're able to get $10. And if not, there's always next time. Bardad, Mangle is how I feel after doing college work for a month straight. Doopy, Sonic's Sad AM was so scary as a kid. Mom makes my first exposure to my life as a teenage robot episode was ironically the Christmas special. It's ironic if you know, you know. I don't know what the Christmas special is. Sonic Underground was great. That had Gary Chalk as Eggman. That had Optimus Primal as Eggman. And I remember for years people, like, ragged on that. He's a good Eggman. Like, he's the best voice, I think, for, like, classic game Eggman. He just doesn't really work for a modern Eggman. Textvader, I'm glad you guys have such feel-good favorite shows. All my favorite characters are just dead. Banquet says, I remember a character being cracked off the page. Jesus Christ. And Textvader on the Run says such. Why do people love Froxy? Gary Chalk was in Was Gary Chalk in Supernatural? Huh. I didn't know that. Waffles, I heard that about Sonic Prime. I don't know. I don't think I ever want to watch Sonic Prime. If the only other Sonic cartoon I can think of that's like I want to watch that one is Sonic Boom, and that's just because I've seen enough episodes and I thought they were funny. Enemy, I like what I've read of IDW Sonic, but I only read the Mecha Sonic arc when they were like on the island of misfit toys, broken down Robotniks. I would like to read the rest though because it was good. And Ian Flynn. I have never seen anyone who was such talented a writer care that much about the stupid world of Sonic. I love it. Because Ken Penders, he had the love, but he sucked. And a lot of people are great writers, but they don't care about the dumb Sonic shit. But Ian Flynn's a great writer, and he cares. It's great. It's kind of like the Beast Wars writers. It's like, they cared. When so many people wouldn't care about the big dumb robots turning into gorillas and T-Rexes, Bob Ford and Larry DeTio walked in and were like, excuse me, I believe that crown belongs to us. They walked in like Moff Gideon and said, you have something I want, talking about the greatest Transformers show of all time. Real talk, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, would Five Nights work as a cartoon? And I realized I don't think it would, because every time I think of like what a Five Nights cartoon would be, I don't think about the Five Nights characters. I think about the fandom iterations of these characters. And I don't know. I don't know. No, Doopy, that's what I'm saying. Ian Flynn cares about the stupid shit. But they're also a good writer on top of that. It's the double whammy. So rare to find in nerd culture. The double whammy of, I care about this thing I didn't make, and I'm a good writer. Jim Cummings' Eggman is fine, but it's not as iconic as Long John Baldry. That's super fair, Mom makes. I also like Long John Baldry. But Jim Cummings, that Eggman's so good. Here's the thing, Jim Cummings, I don't think that's a good Eggman, because that character isn't like Eggman at all. But it's a really good character, and I'm glad that's part of the Eggman legacy. Synthetic Soda, I think some of the writers on Beast Wars actually worked on one of the Sonic cartoons as a matter of fact. Really? Huh, that's cool. Baglet, most of the horror cartoons are Monsters of the Week style. Azrael Sun, honestly, a FNAF cartoon would probably had a very heavy-handed marketed tone that Fallout's animations do. Probably. Why do people love Foxy? It's just like Jurassic Park, but it's just the dinosaurs and they talk. It wouldn't work. That's fair. Doopy, I did watch the Sonic OVA. I was young, and I thought it was the best thing ever. It probably sucks, but I do like Metal Sonic in it. So there's that. And with that note, guys, we need to start winding down. I need to start getting ready to go to work. You have been awesome to talk to. I wish we could do live streams more often, and you have my word. After my move, live streams will become a more frequent thing. They can't be right now, but after I do my move, it looks like I'm going to be in a different situation and have different time constraints, and we can hopefully make this, like, at the very least, a weekly thing. Because that's what I would like. I would like to have at least a night every week where I can talk to you guys, and we can start unboxing some of these toys that I have lying around. But it was good to see you guys. Many Toys of Scavenger comes out tomorrow. The Transformers Pantheon video comes out on Sunday. Waffle Top, okay, before I go, Waffle Top, what is Dracodon? I've been wanting to ask you, what is Dracodon? Because I keep seeing you, I don't know what that is. Is Dracodon the dragon from Wild King? Azrael's Son, we are going to get back to blocky streams. I literally have 3 waves of blockies on that shelf. I can't open them until I do my move, because I just don't want to lose any pieces. After I move, we're doing those blocky streams. Oh, it's a fossilizer. It's a fossilizer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Spire Dad, they got that Rekgar mention in. But guys, and also I want to say this. I'm sorry that I've not been responding to comments as quickly. Like I said, between the move and trying to get more work hours and trying to get a lot more videos done, I've just not had enough time to do comments recently. I hope you know I'm still reading the comments. I still read your comments. I just don't have enough time to respond to your comments. But I'm hoping to catch up on them eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I want to catch up on them. But I read them, and thank you for leaving them. Thank you for hanging out, watching the videos, watching this live stream with me, even though I talked about stupid things like mangles and withered bonnies. But thank you guys for sticking around, and hopefully live streams will become more frequent. Hopefully I can respond to more comments, everything else. It's just, we're a little bit busy right now, but we're going to get through it. And December is going to be a big month. I'm going to have like 8 big videos coming out in December, and hopefully they're all going to come out. But I will see you guys later.